My name is Sebastian. I'm a salesperson here at RSM Honda, and today I'm going to showcase the 2019 Honda Accord Sport. It's a personal favorite of mine. It's got about 192 horsepower. It's 1.5 turbocharged 4-cylinder engine. The 2019 Honda Accord Sport. It's a personal favorite of mine, mainly just because it's an Accord. It's a lot bigger than a Civic, but aside from the storage space and the size that you can actually have inside of the cabin, this thing does live up to its name in the performance aspect of the car world. It's got a sport mode in it that actually tightens up the suspension, increases handling, increases acceleration. It actually gives you a bunch more power behind the wheel. It makes the sound coming from the engine into the cabin to give you a much more sportier sounding vehicle. As for today's paint color, we have a platinum white pearl metallic. In my opinion, it actually contrasts the best with the black. You can see the blacked out front fascia. I know you guys probably can't see it much right now, but I mean, the way the car is positioned right now in the sunlight, you can really see just the gleam and the metallicness of the paint itself. Now, in terms of design-wise, there's really nothing too different from the 2018 model to the 2019, especially with this trim. Typically, the only difference that you're going to find with a 2018 to a 2019, especially when staying within trim levels, is maybe a gallon or two of fuel efficiency, or maybe if Honda releases some new technology. Typically, the newer model will include that. Something really unique about RSM Honda in particular is that we actually take exclusive orders to custom create your dream car. For instance, with Olivia's vehicle, a valued customer of ours, she wanted a blacked out Accord, so we went ahead and tinted out her windows. We got her premium wheels, we got her a black shiny coat of paint on that vehicle, and all in all, we made the customer extremely happy. So we can do the same for you. So you send us your request, we'll make sure to get it done. In addition to the sportier look, feel, etc., we do have our premium Vero wheels. They're blacked out. They do have a pair of black wheel locks on there for added security, so you can count on nobody stealing your wheels. We also do have these black splash guards added, so you can extend the life of your paint, at least on the side doors, because no rocks or dirt or whatever it is going to fly up and damage that paint. Now, in addition to that, we do have our 3M, which is kind of like a door edge guard, so if you ever swing out your door, chances are you probably dinged your car door on something a couple of times, and what this does is it just prevents you from doing that. So let's say you slam it open and you hit the wall and you got some damage to the 3M, we just take it off and throw another layer on and we'll be good to go. Not to mention our tinted black windows to kind of complete the whole sport look. As I mentioned earlier, we do specialize in custom projects or custom makes of the vehicles, so any request, whether big or small, you just let us know in advance, and we'll be sure to fulfill that request as best as we can to make sure that we have a long-lasting relationship with one another, from dealership to guest. Who wouldn't want the appeal of a sports car similar to like a BMW or an Audi for the affordability of a Honda? As you can see, we have the sport badge here, the Accord badge on the left, and then the Honda emblem front and center. If we were to open up the trunk, you can see we've got ample amounts of storage space. We've got our floor mats that go in the back. And then in this particular model, we actually do have our understorage cargo tray. If you guys are outdoorsy people, you go outdoors or on trips or anything a lot, you'll notice that your back end probably gets really dirty really quick. With this, you take everything out, you throw it on the ground, you rinse it off really quick, and you throw it back in, you call it a day. Makes your life a lot easier. Without further ado, let's go ahead and check out the inside. Like I mentioned earlier, if you've seen anything about a 2018 Accord, nothing interior-wise really has changed much. I mean, you do have your carbon fiber accenting, you do have your pop-out LCD display, you do have your, telescopic steering wheel that not only adjusts up and down, but also telescopically as well. We do have our misters, our left and right turn signal. So we have our trip meter, and then we have our brightness adjuster for the speedometer. And then if we go down, we do have our Honda sensing suite, and then our traction control. Down here, we do have our blue light alarm. So blue light means that the alarm is engaged. Over here, we have our trunk release, and then our hood release here. Our left and right mirror adjusters, our lock and unlock buttons, our child lock buttons, and then our auto window up and downs, and then our passenger back seat up and down window buttons. As for the Honda front steering wheel, we do have our home button, our up and down volumes, our left and right track seek buttons, our little trackball, our return button, our accept, our hang up, and our voice control commands, our lane keep assist, low speed follow toggler. We have our Honda sensing suite. This toggles the ACC or LKAS, lane keep assist system, or the automatic cruise control, and then the cruise control settings can be found here: the cancel, the set, and the resume. Let's go ahead and start it up. It is a push to start, so as long as the keys are, or the key fob I should say, so as long as you guys have the key fob inside of the car, it is a push to start. So put the foot on the brake, go ahead and press that. As you guys can see, we do have the LCD display up here. So this is your home screen. This is what it's going to look like when you first start the vehicle. Now, these settings are draggable and customizable, so you can, you know, move accordingly however which way you'd like. And once that's done, you go ahead and hit done. So with this button, it is a smartphone connection. What that means is if you have your Apple iPhone or your Android phone, whether that be a Samsung, LG, etc., you can actually use Apple CarPlay or Android Auto to emulate on the screen to use maps, music, phone calls, text messages, etc. So if you guys are interested in learning a little bit more about that, please subscribe and stay tuned, just because we will be doing a hands-on, in-depth video for that specific feature alone in the near future, which is Apple CarPlay and Android Auto integration. Now, you can adjust your brightness depending on what the situation calls for. I'll take you guys through the features. So we have our home button here, which will always bring us home. I'll show you guys what that looks like in action. We have our back buttons, so if we wanted to click into a system or click into something, we can hit back. It does have a day mode, a night mode, and then off. We have our clock feature here. You can change the faces of the clocks depending on what kind of mood you're in. So we'll go to clock faces. Those are just some of the presets that we have. Now you guys are more than welcome to add on your own pictures externally, you know, to have as your own screensaver. Now this is the default. We also have our phone, and then there is no phone detected. We also have our audio. All right, and then we have our source. So you can choose smartphone for Apple CarPlay when it is connected, or USB, and then the AM, audio, and FM buttons as well. And then you have your tune, scroll to seek button as well. As for the dual climate control, as you guys can see, nothing is on. However, this is right here. This is an LED makeup or an LED interface. So you press a button and it automatically displays on the screen here. Dual climate, meaning your passenger can select a climate temperature setting and you can have your own individual temperature setting, and they would both work in conjunction with one another without interfering. So the passenger can be at 77, you could be all the way at the bottom, and it'll still blow respectively. However, if you guys want to be on the same wavelength or the same level, you can always hit push to sync, and the passenger's temperature would always match that of the driver's. Well, probably one of my favorite things, this is a supercharger. It's a 2 amp port, so this is going to charge your phone probably 1.5 to 2 times as fast as you would normally have it charge in a regular car. You do have your 12-volt power outlet, so you can put the cigarette lighters, chargers, stuff like that inside of there. As for our toggleable modes, and you guys can't really see it right now, but we have our reverse with our backup camera, 3 different selectable modes. That's our curb mode. We have neutral, we have drive. And then we also have an econ mode. My personal opinion is great for, you know, going on long drives, or maybe even in a bunch of stop and go traffic, so you're not consistently flooding that engine. Or we also have a sport mode for, you know, the more performance heavy drivers like myself. It tightens up the suspension and increases the acceleration to really give you that sporty feel. And then of course the regular driving mode, which kind of is the best of all worlds, really. So play around with it when you guys do get your Accord, and, you know, tell me what you like best. With the parking features, we do have our automatic parking brake here. So you pull up towards you to engage. With your foot on the brake, you push down to disengage. And then we also have our brake hold feature. So if you guys are in stop and go traffic, through the drive-thrus, wherever it may be, you can engage that. And once you come to a complete stop, the car will automatically hold its place there for you. It'll unleash or remove itself once you put your foot onto the acceleration. So again, like I said, prime example would be an in-and-out drive-through, or some long line where, you know, you usually would have to keep your foot on the brake. So this is drive, car's moving. It's still in drive. My foot is completely off of the brake. So this is brake hold. Again, we're moving. And we stop. So a personal favorite of mine is actually the storage space inside of the Accord's handrest here. We do have a movable, what I call it's like a fob holder. You can put, you know, IDs, cards, etc. Stuff that just, you know, easy grab and go access. This is also removable, and then you can throw in anything else extra that you guys might need on a day-to-day basis. Inside here also is a 12-volt amp, a power outlet I should say, so you guys can throw in another cigarette lighter. All in all, I mean, you guys, with the right equipment, you can have 2 charging ports here, a charging port here, and another 2 charging ports in here for a total of 5. So if you guys are going on a road trip, there should not be a shortage of charging cables. Probably one of my favorite things on this vehicle is the seating. So as you guys can see, you do have a two-tone, so this is kind of like a pleather or a faux leather, and then you do have like a plush, very soft material. It's almost kind of like, reminds me of a memory foam. Overall, it's added comfort. It really kind of just makes you sink into your seat. There are side curtain airbags, one here, one here. You have your horn that works, and the airbag will come out of there. I mean, Honda really placed emphasis on the safety aspects of the Honda line 2018 and up, really. Hats off to them, man. I mean, I really have no complaints about the cars, and I'm really just wanting you guys to get in there so you can see for yourself. I mean, I can sit here all day and talk about it, but really it's just something that you really truly need to go see for yourself in person. Another cool thing about the car is how much legroom your passengers actually have. Mind you, I was sitting up in the driver's seat, and this was pretty much all the way back. I didn't adjust this, and I still have a very large amount of legroom in the back, and I'm not exaggerating this. Like, this is real. One thing's for sure, you can count on you having enough room to stretch your legs, you know, get comfy for those long road trips. I mean, it can do anything and everything just about. It's a great car. I have a personal bias for it, and honestly guys, if you guys are looking for a mid-sized sedan with performance, with reliability, with appearance, with safety, with affordability, I mean everything, this is the route to go. Especially if you guys are looking to do a Honda. What better place to come than RSM Honda, right? That's all for today. Like, comment, subscribe, and stay tuned because we will be posting more videos in the very near future. Bye guys.